Welcome to Denim-wrapped Nightmares, Tipsy Exchange podcast, where we explore the Supernatural series, episode by episode.
Over drinks, we'll discuss the lore, the gore, and what we adore about the Winchesters and their adventures.
I'm Berly, and I'm a new fan of the series.
I'm LA, and I'm here along for the ride. Now let's get tipsy.
Hello, LA.
Hey, Berly.
Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to the Facebook page, Family Don't End with Blood, a Supernatural fan page. They said that they found our podcast by accident. So it wasn't a referral from one of our many listeners. You guys are dropping the ball. They just stumbled upon us. They gave us a shout out with a lengthy review, a positive lengthy review about our podcast, and encouraged their followers to check us out.
Okay, cool.
So thank you for that.
On the last episode, it was titled Torn and Frayed. Naomi told Castiel that Crowley was holding an angel captive, and Castiel had to rescue him before Crowley found out about their secrets. Castiel turned to Dean for help, of course. And Sam met with Amelia, who asked him to make a choice either to stay with her or leave and never contact her again.
He said, see ya.
Sayonara, Amelia.
Thank God. Well, today's episode is titled LARP and the Real Girl. Have you ever seen that movie, Lars and the Real Girl?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I ever saw it. Like, I know
It's
what the
different.
premise was, but I don't think I actually saw the movie. Is it cute?
It is, yeah. It's
Okay.
different.
I might need to Google that one. Well, LARP and the Real Girl is the 11th episode of season 8 and originally aired on January 23rd, 2013. The episode opens up with Ed. He's an accountant and he does whatever accountants do. Do you remember that song? Whenever that was on. His name is Ed. He's an accountant. Anyway, Ed is having an argument on the phone and like, it's just a game. And he hangs up. And then we see this text from Lance where it's like, you'll be sorry for this or something like that. Something threatening and menacing to sweet little Ed. So Ed goes through his nightly routine and he gets all comfy in his bed and he's laying there starting to drift off to sleep. And then his arm falls over. And we see this tattoo looking thing get etched onto his arm. It was like a tree.
I loved it. I liked the way how it appeared on his skin. It went out and like grew from its skin or something. It was cool. I liked it.
It looked like something from Lord of the Rings or something.
Yeah.
It was really cool. And then we start hearing horses and like hoof stomping and stuff. Ed wakes up and is like, what the fuck is that? And then his arms all of a sudden and his legs get pulled out straight. And so now he's confused and scared. He starts yelling like, oh my God, ow, ow. And we see the rope burns forming on his ankles and his wrists. And the horses are still like galloping and neighing and making their noises and stuff. And he starts screaming in agony as we're seeing them get pulled more and more and more. And then his arm gets ripped off his shoulder. And we get our 65th blood splooge of the Supernatural series as his limbs are torn apart. And there's actually a name for that.
It's being quartered, right?
Is that what it was? I knew there was a
Quartered?
name for it, but I didn't write it down and I couldn't remember if they said it in the episode.
I don't think they did, but I want to say that's what it is because when I was watching it, I was like, oh shit, is he being quartered right now?
Mhm.
It's divided into 4 equal or corresponding parts.
He technically got divided into 5 parts and they weren't
True.
equal. Why am I laughing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Bye-bye, Ed.
Yeah, what a way to go. Not a great way to wake up.
Right? He didn't
I
even get a
mean-
good night's sleep beforehand.
Yeah, not at all. No.
No. So we cut to Sam and Dean. And Dean notices that Sam is just kind of being a little moody. And he's like, we should go do something fun. We should
Take
go.
a day. Take some time off.
Yeah, let's go get some drinks and just cut loose and have a good time. And Sam says, no, I don't want to have fun. Well, they happen to get a call from Garth. He's been tracking their phones. And this is apparently a new hunter's best practice, right? They were like, it's totally something Bobby would do. Totally something Bobby would do. So I loved that. But
Yeah.
Garth tracks every hunter's phone. So whenever a case comes across his desk, he literally jumps on his computer to see which hunter is closest to the area and contacts that hunter to just assign the case to them.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
Sam said that he didn't like it, and he really didn't like that he said, "You've been Garth." But Sam did like the idea of going to work on a case. We're not going to go have fun to distract us while Kevin is still trying to figure out what that half of the demon tablet that he has says. Instead,
all business, no play.
Mm-hmm. They go to Ed's apartment, and I liked the sheriff in there.
I did too. That mustache.
That mustache, that personality, that attitude. It's just, okay, it's y'all's rodeo. I'm just here.
Yeah.
Like, do what you need to do.
That room wasn't like blood everywhere.
There were so many splooges.
I was like, good.
We only saw the one, but you know.
I mean, streaks down the walls. I was like, good God.
And they were like, we haven't even moved the body out yet. Y'all got here fast.
Yeah. I like when Sam asked if like anything was missing from his, when he was like, oh no, it's all there. Twig and berries, everything. I was like, oh my God.
So Sam notices the tattoo while Dean is looking at other stuff, and he's kind of seeing all the shields and swords and toys. So they convene in the common area, and the sheriff lets them know about Lance and that they had had a 15-minute conversation the evening before this had happened, and that he had sent like a bunch of threatening texts with emojis and that they were kind of weird.
I liked when he looked at Dean and just said, kids these days with their texting and murder. Like, what?
He was a hoot. He was a hoot. I liked him. So they go to Lance now. They're like, okay, we gotta interrogate this guy. He was already down at the sheriff's station because they had already brought him in, and he is distraught over his friend's death. In their interrogation, they found out about Moondoor, that it's this LARPing game that happens like every other weekend, and that he and Ed were both really into the game. And that's why Lance was texting him that stuff, that he had done something that was against the rules of the game, and Lance didn't think it was cool, and that it was his character, who's a really powerful mage with magic wands. And Dean's like,
I liked when he was talking to Sam. He said, I'm a very, very powerful mage in the game. And the way Sam's like, okay.
Yeah, I get it. I liked it when he said, like, I told them that we would have a dueling of wands. And whenever Dean went magic wands, and he was like, no, unmagic wands, because who wants a magic wand, dumbass? Like, it was so really funny. So they figure out, okay, there's no way this Lance kid did it. Like, nothing about him is ringing as guilty. He seems to be telling the truth. They step outside the interrogation room, and they go up to a laptop that isn't locked. I don't know if you noticed, but at the bottom, whenever they moved the mouse around and we got the screen, there were files down there that were open.
Oh.
You know? They need to take their security classes.
They really do.
Their IT security classes at the sheriff's station, because just anybody could walk up to it and just, what's this file that's just open and sitting here? I mean, it was minimized, but still, it was there. Right?
Yeah. Still there. Still can access it.
Anyway, they Google Moondoor, and sure enough, they see pictures of Lance. His alibi stands up. He said he was at the feast celebration thing, whatever, all night, and that they could easily confirm that. They also happened to see like a little trailer for the Moondoor game where it's explaining the elves and the orcs and the queen. And this queen looks very familiar. It's good old Charlie.
I was excited.
I
didn't think we were going to see her again.
I kind of figured. Because,
really?
Well, LARPing. Yeah. Like, she was dragging with the tattoo, the dice.
Oh, yeah.
And the Leia, okay. And she does the Comic-Con. Like, it seemed like her character would be someone, who would be into LARPing. She had like the fake sword in her room. Like, I wasn't certain of it, but it did kind of cross my mind that like oh, it's gonna be nerds. I wonder if Charlie's gonna be there.
Mm.
Sam and Dean are like, okay, yeah, so we need to go check out Moondor. Good thing we know the queen. Well, while they're searching all of this, poor Lance is in the interrogation room.
Oh my God. My my brother was watching it with me. Well, go ahead. I'll tell you what he said after you explain it.
He starts like scratching at his arm and then pulls up his sleeve and is like, what the fuck? And sure enough, here comes good old tree tattoo. And then he kind of starts coughing and a little bit of blood comes out. And then he like projectile vomits blood. And so I went ahead and counted it.
I was wondering if you were going to count that or not.
Don't you think so?
Oh, yeah.
I felt like it projectiled enough to be a splooge.
Oh, yeah.
So we got our 66th splooge of the Supernatural series as Lance projectile vomited blood on the two-way mirror in the interrogation room. And then he looks at the mirror and there's like blood coming out of his eyes. And I don't even know what was happening to his face.
Like everything, like his nose, mouth, ears.
And he just falls down dead.
My brother was watching it and he said, good God, like real quiet under his breath. I was like, I know. It's terrible.
It was pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
Like, damn. Sam and Dean go to Moondor and they run into Boltar the Furious. And let me tell you, he really is just angry man.
Mm-hmm.
He quickly calls them on their fake FBI gear, though. So I thought that was hilarious.
It was so good.
When he was like, they're good fakes, but these are clearly fake. Get out of here. And they're like, well, we want to talk to the queen. They go where the squires are training.
I have to say, Moondor was kind of impressive.
It was really nice.
Her tent, the queen's tent, was very nice.
Yeah, where are these tents?
The whole setup.
Year-round Renaissance fair.
Yeah. That's what it reminded me of, even though I've never been to one. Mm-hmm. That's what it reminded me of. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I almost would want to go just to like be a fly on the wall, people watch,
I mean, that's what Ren fairs are. Most people don't participate. Most people aren't working at the Ren fair. Most people are there just as...
Yeah, but I'm saying like I wouldn't want to like necessarily dress up and participate like this, like where they're actually LARPing.
That's not fun though. You have to dress up. You can't go to a Renaissance fair and not at least try to dress up a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I've never been.
You can't go walk. Well, that's the vibe. Like, did you see how immersed everybody was? Like, if you don't have to like pretend to have a sword fight or like do anything like that. You can just go there and eat turkey legs and just walk around.
That's the Renaissance fair, right?
Right, but you have to be like...
that's not LARPing.
No, I thought you were talking about a Ren fair.
No, I was saying like this Moondor thing. Like I would like to like go there
LARPing.
And just like watch.
I creeped on some LARPers. I creeped on some LARPers in a park once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I think you told me about that.
Yeah, because I didn't know what they were doing at first, and so I was like, "What is I like called you and was like telling you what was happening, and like it took us forever, but we like figured it out that like they must be LARPing. That was a long time ago.
We need to like go creep on them again sometime.
Go creep on some LARPers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, Sam and Dean come walking up, and they're like a foot taller than everybody there, basically. Yeah. So they already stand out like a sore thumb because they're in suits, but then they're also taller than everyone there. So Charlie's not only overseeing the training of the squires, she's actually the one squabbing with the squires. And she's really good because they like, I surrender. And she did like the dramatic helmet reveal and shook her hair out and started giving a speech to all of her people. And then she saw them and just like her face.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, she was not happy to see them. She was not happy. So she goes to her tent. Sam and Dean follow her in there. They were like, hey, Charlie. She's like, no, I'm Carrie. I literally killed and buried Charlie after the whole Dick Roman thing. You know, I ran away and I actually have a life here and I'm enjoying myself. And now you two show up, which only means there's a monster here, which means...
she's like packing up as she's like saying all this to them.
Yeah.
She's already...
I gotta traumatized. Go. Yeah. She's like, I don't want to break my other arm, Sam. Oh, Sam didn't do that. Bobby did. And she didn't know Bobby did it because she didn't see the ghost. Did she? I don't remember. That doesn't matter. She doesn't want to break her other arm. That's what matters. So she's packing up her shit and is like, I'm running again. But they start talking to her about Ed and Lance and what happened to them and that this weird tree thing is coming up and everything. And she ends up deciding that she's not going to run, that she's going to stay there and help them because that's what a queen would do.
That's right.
Queen would
And
stay
there were
there and
some
protect her
other
people.
weird like injuries and stuff from some of her other subjects
Right.
earlier on before this happened. So she wants to know what's up, why they're taking out her people.
Yeah. So now they have a wider sample, we'll say, right? It's not just these two guys. Charlie's let them know there's actually quite a few people. So Sam heads to the tech tent because nobody else can have laptops. You have to go to the tech tent to get on the internet to do some research. He's going to look into this tree, find out if these other people who happen to get injured also have the tree. I loved the little elf character who was in there with him and helped him out.
Oh my God, me too.
Like, she wasn't necessary for the story, but I still really liked her. I thought it was a nice touch.
She shot her shot with him too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, good for you, girl.
Who knew LARPers and Ren Fairs were so horny? I didn't know that.
I know.
So we got to look cute when we go creep on the LARPers because
I guess so.
Who knows?
Maybe that's where we're going to find our husbands.
I can't wait for people to be like, how did you meet? Well, my friend and I decided that we were going to go and creep on a bunch of LARPers one day.
Mm-hmm. And we just fell.
He dropped his sword, and when he bent over to pick it up, I knew he was the one. Hey, you never know. So Charlie and Dean are kind of walking around, trying to kind of poke some people. Like, do you know this symbol? Have you seen this thing? Do you know what this is? And we find out, speaking again of horniness, like Charlie is apparently doing really well.
Mm-hmm. Side note, she made Dean get into the gear, like full costume.
Yeah.
He looked pretty good. I liked it.
I think he liked it. He liked his outfit.
Oh, he was so into it. I love that at first he's like trying to make fun of what's his name at the station. Like, oh, LARPing. Oh, okay, magic. And then he gets there and he gets all dressed and he's like into it, picking up his sword, carrying it around with him.
I mean,
he loved it.
He was honestly doing that even when they were at the police station. Whenever Sam was going through the website, Dean was like looking and was like kind of smiling. He's like, yeah, like this looks like it could be kind of fun. So he was a little reluctant to give in to the dress up and the whatever. But actually, you know what? I take that back because whenever Charlie put her crown on him as she was like packing up and getting ready, he didn't touch that thing. He left that there. He actually succumbed very quickly to getting dressed up.
Yeah.
It was very cute, very cute. They point out that the tree is the symbol of one of the orc families. It's like their family crest or something like that. So while Sam is researching, he finds out that the tree is also the tree of pain, which is a symbol of fairy magic. In the meantime, Dean and Charlie decide to go and talk to the Shadow King about this family crest thing. So they aren't on like the main grounds thing anymore, and they run into Boltar the Furious. Boltar agrees to take Dean to the Shadow King, but Dean tells Charlie that she should go back and check in on Sam and see what information he's got. He gives her his phone. Didn't seem too happy about that, but she goes ahead and walks back. Oh, I forgot about the dark magic because that's coming up soon. Oh, no, that's coming. That's coming. As she's heading back, she notices that she's being followed by an orc. So she waits until he approaches, and then she confidently throws her beanbag at him, her little hand beanie bag. It's like, dark magic. And he's like, oh, I've been defeated. And he runs away. And then she's like smirking, all proud of herself. And then she turns around. And there's this I thought it was a really tall figure, but I guess they were just standing on something because when we see them later, they were not any taller than her. In like a stag skull with the big cape. And she not so confidently throws another beanbag. It's like, dark magic?
Nope, not going to work.
And the figure like covers her in the cloak and they disappear. Dean and Boltar do not find the orcs. No luck there.
Right.
But they get back to the camp and Boltar is like, I happen to have one of their orcs prisoner. If we get word to them that we're willing to like do an exchange, give them this orc back, if they'll meet with us and give us some information, maybe that'll work out. And Dean was like, oh my God, yeah, that's going to be great. We'll do that. So Sam comes running up to Dean to tell him about Tree of Pain and all his research that he did and the fact that an elf was trying to get him to come back with her to her tent. But Sam's not ready to have fun yet.
Nope.
You know what? I'm deciding right now that after Sam did decide to have fun while they were in Moondor and they do that battle at the end and everything, he went to her tent after all.
Oh, you think?
I want that for her.
Me too.
Yeah. So that
Okay.
happened. Dean tells Sam about the plan to exchange the orc and is sure to clarify. It was my idea. I came up with it. Not that Boltar guy. It was all me. And then Dean says, "Where's Charlie?" Sam says, "She's with you." "What do you mean?" He's like, "No, I sent her back with you." And they're like, "Oh, God." So Sam pulls out his phone because Dean's like, "She has my phone, call her." We cut to Charlie laying on a bed. Nice, soft, romantic bed. But the phone, for some reason, is like laid out on the bed next to her. And it says no signal. So she is not getting that call. And then this magical phone vanishes. We never see it again. Charlie like gets up off the bed and we see the bed. It's not there. It's just gone.
Sorry, Dean.
No
Gotta
phone
get
for
a new
you,
phone.
Dean. Yep. So Charlie wakes up and the stag monster is in there. And she does the whole, what was it? Was it Notting Hill? Where she's like, I'm just a girl standing in front of a skull stag monster asking it not to kill her.
That was good.
It was funny. It was funny. And then she's talking about how, fuck, man, I just want to go home. I just want to be able to go home, go back to my old life. I'm so sick of running. This sucks. And the person takes off the skull mask, and it's a beautiful fairy. And she's like, that's all I want, too. Like, this is not what I want to do. This is all against my will. I need someone to save me. Save me, Charlie. Save me. Sam, Dean, and Boltar the Furious take their orc warrior guy to the shadow orcs out in the woods. And Dean is done fucking around, all right? He is worried about his friend Charlie. He is ready to cut to the chase. So they're doing like their whole staying in character banter stuff. And Dean is just like, okay, I've had enough of this. And he pulls out his gun and it's just like, hey, hi, yeah, this is a real gun, see? And he like fires it and I swear they pissed their pants. It was so funny. He was like, seriously, like, you need to tell us what the fuck is going on. Where is Charlie? What's happening here? So they somehow magically stumble upon this tent after Dean is confronting them and everything. I don't remember where the orcs went after the confrontation, but they find out that orcs, they don't know anything. Like, they know nothing. Everybody has a crush on Charlie. Everybody's trying to get closer to Charlie, which, I mean, everybody in this fucking camp had a crush on Charlie. Like, everybody.
Yeah.
I loved it whenever Dean was talking to that guy and was like, I don't think you're her type.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, she doesn't date orcs. But anyway, I don't remember how. But the tent like magically reveals itself to Sam, Dean, and Boltar the Furious. The orcs have skipped away or something. I don't remember what. They go in there, and Charlie and the fairy are having some
making out.
Yeah, magic time together. They're making some magic together. Or they were on their way to be making some magic
There you
together.
go.
Charlie was none too pleased.
Yeah, she was like, what did she say? When the tent's...
Rocking.
Yeah, okay.
Which it
No
wasn't
covenant.
rocking. It wasn't rocking, Charlie.
She hadn't gotten there
Yeah.
quite yet.
Come on. Well, then Gilda, not Glinda, Gilda, the fairy, starts freaking out and is like, oh my God, that's him. That's the fucker who trapped me here. That's the monster
Master.
who summoned me and has been making me hurt people. That's him. And it cuts to Boltar, and he had his hood down and looked very villainous, which I thought he did well there with the lighting and everything, making him all of a sudden this intimidating evil factor. Well, a fight ensues, and he like gets his foam sword and makes Gilda make it into a real sword, and he's using her magic to defeat Sam and Dean. Like, he's kicking their asses.
But I also liked when the guys pulled out their guns and he told Gilda to take care of it, and their guns turned to feathers.
Oh yeah, and the
I
noise,
liked that.
the sound effect.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for someone who was doing stuff she didn't want to do, Gilda was being real fucking creative. Like, I liked what she was doing.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so then Gilda tells Charlie, oh, if you destroy this spell book, that's magic spell book, then you'll set me free. And in the meantime, Sam and Dean are fighting Boldar, and they're like Sam's trying to reason with him, and he's really, really mad because, the reason things escalated to murder was because Lance and Ed cheated, right? They were paying people with real money, not moon door money. So, of course, they deserved it. And everybody else, they were just getting closer to the queen, and he didn't want them to be close to the queen. I was just like, jeez.
He wanted to be close to her.
Like, Boltar, go to therapy one of the weekends out of the month or something, honey. This isn't normal. And he was like saying he's going to wipe Charlie's memory after he murdered everybody and force her to make him her king and blah, blah, blah. I was just like, damn. But anyway,
cool.
Charlie, she stabs the book and it does its fanciful spell broken thing. And Boltar's sword turns back to just being foam. So Dean just takes it from him and punches him and knocks him out.
Knocks him out, yeah. Dean was like, he was over it.
He was over it at this point. We are done. We are done at this point. Gilda explains to Charlie that she has to return to her people. They kiss like one last time. And then she says, by the way, I'm going to take your little friend over here with us because he has to answer to the fairy tribunal. That's another episode I recommend for our...
Oh, yep.
I want to see the fairy tribunal.
Me too.
Right?
That'd be a good one, yeah.
Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see Gilda and this guy, the fairy, and like what his sentence is going to be. And like, that could be a fun episode. That could be fun. Yeah. I want to see it. So Gilda disappears, and I like how she kind of evaporated, and then the Boltar kind of evaporated too. After all is said and done, Charlie, she did mention earlier in the episode about how she wanted to be a hero, that she wished she was a hero. And Dean told her, dude, like, you beat Dick. Get it?
I get it.
You beat Dick, okay? Out there in the real world, you are a hero.
Him off.
You took it like a champ. Took it like a champ.
Don't put that in there. She beat him off.
She did. She beat that Dick.
She did.
With all her might. She's got small hands and not a lot of upper body strength. Sometimes it's hard to do. And the angle can be really awkward. Like, it's a skill, okay? I'm just saying. Now she's like buying into it. She's like, okay, like I am a hero. I saved a fucking fairy queen. I got to make out with a fairy. I didn't get to seal the deal. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that. Like, I wasn't in any danger at that time. You couldn't have waited? Shit. But anyway, overall, she's grateful and she's happy and she doesn't want to run anymore. So she tells them that if they ever need her help for something, ring-a-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
After Charlie leaves to go get ready for her battle, that she's like, we're going to lose. I don't have enough people, but fuck it. I'm going to go fight this battle. Dean is talking to Sam. Oh, I forgot. I loved the scene where Dean and Charlie were catching up. And she was like, you pretended to be his ex and that was a dick move. Yeah. That was not cool. And then after they were chatting back and forth, she was like, so what about you? Like, you seem like you've gone through a breakup. And he was like, no.
Yeah.
Not me. Yes, you, Dean. Anyway, Sam and Dean are talking and Dean's like, yeah, no fun. I get it. You need time. You're not ecstatic about losing your chance at a normal life with Amelia, which I don't think it would have lasted with Amelia anyway, Sam. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. But Sam is like, you know what? We can have a little bit of fun. You got to get in a costume earlier, and I was really jealous about that. I've just been walking around in my suit and dress shoes on this muddy floor all day. Like, I want to get dressed up.
It's my time.
Yeah. Where'd that wig come from for Dean?
I don't know.
They get fully dressed up and they join the battle. And was it Braveheart? Was that the speech he was doing? Okay. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what this is. But yeah, so it's Braveheart. And I gotta say, I mean, Dean didn't look bad, right?
No.
But Jared Padalecki, that is not fair that he still looked hot with that face paint. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I liked it.
And his hair was all pulled back, like in a ponytail or something. I don't know. But yeah, I saw his face paint. And I was like, I like put on too much blush and I look freaking hideous. You like literally have face paint all over you and you still look hot.
Yeah.
They have a big old battle after Dean leads them into the charge instead of their queen for some reason.
Yeah, I thought that was odd, but okay.
I guess Charlie was just like, okay, like you guys need to play. You guys need to let off some steam. Dean's been like foaming at the mouth about planning battle strategy and doing all that kind of stuff. Like, I guess I'll let you guys play. This episode was written by Robbie Thompson, who's also written in season 8, Bitten, the episode with the werewolf, the found footage thing. And last season, he wrote Slash Fiction, where the Leviathans copied Sam and Dean, Time After Time, one of your favorites, and The Girl with the Dungeons and Dragons tattoo. So that makes sense that it was the same writer who brought this character back. And it was directed by Jeanette Swark, who directed Mannequin 3, The Reckoning, in season 6. You liked that mannequin. And Adventures in Babysitting in season 7. So gore. I mean, the goriest thing was poor Lance.
Yeah.
I forgot that was funny whenever Sam was like, all right, so Lance toxicology came back. Nothing in his system, but all of the symptoms point to poison or point to belladonna.
Oh, yeah.
And Dean and Charlie both went, the porn star?
Yeah.
Sam had to be like, the poison.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Oh, so I would say that was the biggest gore. Even though we got 2 blood splooges. I mean, the first death wasn't a freaking walk in the park, but man, Lance's death. Oh, it's real bad.
Yeah.
Did you adore anything in this episode?
I liked how like Dean and Charlie's little friendship kind of how they clicked so well together and how he was like so concerned about her and like she better not be hurt or something like that. I think he said at one point. I liked that. I thought it was cute. What about you?
I liked that too. I liked them. And like I said, that random elf girl in the tech tent, I liked that touch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, she wasn't had nothing to do with the story really. She could have not been there and it wouldn't have mattered, but I liked that rather than us just seeing Sam clicking away on a laptop, that there was this little elf nerd helping him out, and that she was having fun because she thought it was like a mashup fantasy thing, and she didn't realize like, oh, I'm actually looking at dead bodies and injured people. Oh, I forgot about the hobbled woman.
Oh yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Not gory, but damn, I clenched.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yikes. Okay, so what about lore?
Okay, back in season 6, episode 9, Clap Your Hands If You Believe, our fairy lore focused on the Irish Tuatha de Danann?
Tuat Dedanan.
Tuat Dedanan. Okay. So we're going to branch out a little today.
I just remembered that it sounded like twat, and then I kept saying twat, and you kept getting mad at me for saying twat.
Okay, well, I don't know how to pronounce some other stuff that we're about to get into, so we'll see.
Yay!
All right, so this is, I guess, is an article from USA Today titled From Fairy Godmother to the Wink Saga, Are Fairies Real? Origins Explained. Many centuries ago, fairies were believed to be vindictive, powerful, and cruel in addition to being benevolent. For instance, travelers on long journeys would bring offerings for fairies in exchange for safe pathways and good weather. Failing to appease these fairies would risk the countrymen ruin in the form of natural disasters or terrible accidents. Despite such tales and beliefs in fairy folklore, modern scientists believe unknown medical conditions in the 19th century or before could have prompted people's belief in fairies. In the U.S., the Cherokee tribe of North Carolina believed in Yunwi Tsundi,
Sure.
or little people, equivalent to fairies of European folklore and Cherokee mythology. The Yunwi Tsundi, I don't, were benevolent spirits who
I think
sometimes
it's
helped
Sundi, like tsunami.
Sunsti. There's that S though.
Sunsti. Yeah, Sunsti.
Sunsti.
Yunwi Sunsti.
Yunwi Sunsti. They're benevolent spirits who sometimes helped humans in Cherokee stories, but also had powers and could punish people who were disrespectful toward them. Nice. Over the centuries, fairies have taken different appearances and different legends. Fairies have been generally portrayed as human-like in appearance with magical powers, allowing them to alter their size from unusually small to human-sized. In Orkney, Scotland, fairies were portrayed as short in stature, dressed in dark gray, and sometimes seen in armor. Modern depictions of fairies include gossamer wings and pointy elf-like ears, among other typical fairy characteristics. Now, if you want a fairy booty call, don't be a creep and summon them against their will. According to Away with the Fairies, if you're looking for ways to attract fairies to your home, here are a few tips to try. Build a fairy house. Create a small shelter made out of natural materials like twigs, leaves, and moss. Put it in your yard or garden and see if any fairies decide to make it their home. Also, decorate with fairy lights. String up some twinkling fairy lights around your garden or balcony. Fairies are attracted to light and may be drawn to your home if it appears magical and enchanting. Also, play some music. Some believe that fairies are fond of music, so playing soft, soothing tunes in your garden or home may help to attract them. Or plant a fairy garden. Create a small garden with flowers and plants that are believed to attract fairies, such as foxglove, primrose, and thyme. Add some small decorative items like miniature furniture, a small pond, and a fairy statue to make the garden even more inviting. Leave some offerings. Fairies are said to appreciate gifts and offerings. Leave small trinkets like crystals, shells, or pretty stones around your home or garden as a sign of goodwill. And last, create a fairy circle. A fairy circle is a ring of mushrooms that is said to be a portal to the fairy world. If you find one in your garden, be sure to leave it undisturbed and treat it with respect. All in all, it's best to remember that fairies are very elusive and may not make themselves known right away. Fairies are sensitive creatures who value kindness and respect for nature. Attracting fairies to your home can be a fun and enchanting experience. By creating a magical and welcoming environment, you may just attract some fairy friends with benefits to your home.
I'm on it.
Right? I'll be doing all of these tomorrow.
Well, quote to close it out, it's from Queen Charlie talking about whenever Dean noticed her getting checked out by like everybody on the fucking camp. She said, "What? I can't shut this down. It's good to be queen." Cheers.
Cheers. That was cute when she said that.
Oh, yeah. It was a cute episode. I liked it.
I liked it, yeah.
Thank you for listening to Denim-wrapped Nightmares.
Follow us on Twitter or Instagram, leave a review, and let us know how we can get involved in the fandom.
This was fun, jerk.
It always is, bitch.